Well, she's windy, as you probably can hear. And we've had a lot of rain, so she's definitely got some dark water. So, see if that changes anything. So I figured I'd come in here and get out of the wind. It's pretty miserable. And we'll see if we can get the boss fish. Caught this fish twice already. Maybe he'll come back a third time. Nobody else was cooperating up at the honey hole. All right, and we're back on another big adventure. I already actually fished a little bit. Sorry for letting you boys join in halfway through. So I went and started at the old honey hole. That seems to pay off most of the time. Absolutely nothing. Conditions are, to be honest, fairly miserable. It's not quite as cold as it was the last time, but there's a good wind, and it's like that damp cold. The last time was more like that, you know, stiff north wind type cold. This is high humidity, and just kind of, just Dutch weather, gray and windy and a little wet. And yeah, didn't move anything this far. It has been raining. We've had rain, off and on for the last week or so. And the water's up, it's colored. How much that puts off the fish, I don't know. To be honest, I think with this stretch, it's probably more pressure over the last few weeks. That's got them shut down. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go just a stretch upstream that I've never fished. I fished a little bit of it the first time I was out here, but I'm going to continue even further upstream and have a look, and yeah, see if we can move anything, and we'll see what happens. All right, we'll see you out there. Let's see if there's one in here, because it's skinny water, but it's dark water. It's not cloudy water. It's just really really quickly picked up a kind of a tannic stain, because about 200 meters up, it's crystal clear, just running through sand, and then the second the soil changes, it really picks up the tea stain. I did see, and I drove in, there were, I don't know what I would categorize it as, let's say medium-sized bait fish, splashing on the surface. So, I mean, there's definitely bait in here, an active bait. Now let's see if there isn't just a little jack pike in here that's chasing those guys. Oh, that's a little too skinny right here for my liking anyways. Where I saw the bait fish was just up here. Yeah, it gets real skinny here. It's a weed bed. It's obviously early spring, and I would say it's actually more than just sprouting. It's in probably just a couple of weeks this will all be choked out, so this might be the only shot I get at this water this year. To be honest, if I don't move a fish or see a fish in here, I don't think I'll ever fish it again. It is, again, extremely skinny, but because it's dark, it's I suppose it has the possibility of holding the fish. And it's connected at the back end to a little bit bigger
canal or whatever. So it's, you know, fish could definitely come in here. The main canal is quite has quite a bit of runoff in it, and it's cloudy water. So maybe fish will slide up in here when the main canal is in not its best condition.
All right. Haven't moved a fish, to be honest. But after hitting the honey hole and it wasn't, didn't really seem like it was happening down there. I'm really more just having a look around. It's pretty miserable out, to be quite honest. Yeah, now it's, you know, the rain's coming half decent. It was really raining hard a minute ago. I was just driving over here to another spot. So I think I'm just going to sit here and have a tea and see what happens with the rain, but the wind and the rain is continuing. Switched streams, went over to a different one right now. A stretch I've never fished, never walked. So go for a walk, and if I see, I'll bring the rod along with me, and if I see some worthy water, then I'll give it a shot and see what happens. But mostly just scouting, looking for spots, and if we happen to move something today, we happen to move something. Otherwise, it's just you know, make some notes and have some other water to fish. You know, when the conditions are a little bit more pleasant. And I think, you know, I also don't think the fish are particularly appreciating the current conditions, but we shall see. It has warmed up a little bit. It's in the afternoon now, and it's about 8, maybe 9 degrees. So yeah, maybe, I mean, you never know. Fish might be waking up. They don't care about the wind or rain so much. So, all right. Well, we'll see you out on the bank, and we'll see if anything happens. Cheers.
It's not very deep right here, but it's one of the slowest pieces of water here. So most of the rest of the stream I just walked and fished. I don't think is suitable pike habitat, to be honest. Not overly familiar with these streams here in Holland, but you know, knowing pike as they are, they're not really known for hanging out in fast water, particularly in streams that don't have any broken water. This is all sand. I mean, there are some current breaks here and there, but they're few and far between. So I think the real key is to just look for places where there's just some degree of slack water for whatever reason. Just up ahead, actually, there is some broken water because there's a bit of a rock bar laid across the stream to protect the bridge, I suppose. But let's give it a shot down there, because there you could have some fast water on the top and some slack water underneath, and the pike could just be laying there in ambush. Let's see if anybody's home in here.
Okay, we're last spot of the day. Came back to that big, slow, wide spot that we had fished the other day when we were out exploring. Water looks like it's down and a little clear, and at least the wind direction, I mean, the wind's hard and it's swirly, but at least it's not in my face this time, so maybe I can fish it a little bit better from this side this time around. So let's give it a shot, and you never know, maybe the last spot pays off. See you in a bit.
So the visibility definitely is better than the other day, and the water is definitely down a little bit, because you can see that little dam there in front of us. It's definitely a lot more pronounced than it was the last time. Last time you could definitely see that there was a disturbance there and that it was likely a dam, but now you can really kind of see the form of it more so. So maybe there's a fish just lying on the back side of that as it breaks the water there. We haven't touched anything on this side of it, in this back eddy. Depth, clarity, everything looks good. This is pike holding water, I would say. It's just a matter of finding somebody. I would also imagine that because of the ease of access and the visibility of this spot, that it likely gets some pressure as well. Now, hopefully, not with a fly. If they don't see very many flies down here, that can definitely be a big advantage. This looks pretty juicy in here. Let's see what we can find. Like I said, I think there's definitely fishing pressure here, but I'm hoping that with just the different presentation of using a fly, that we can convince somebody here to eat. I just talked to a guy that was walking down the path here. He says, yeah, he's caught a few big perch in here as well. So if it holds perch, it'll hold pike. And I don't think I'm going to turn my nose up at a big perch right at the moment either. So they also eat flies. Man, this looks too good to not be catching a fish, to be honest. This looks way too good. Right water, right speed, everything. You got vegetation, you got water speed, you got water depth. Mono running line and Skagit shooting heads are not exactly made for these pike conditions, but we'll do what we can. Man, this is just too good to not get into a fish. But it was definitely worth coming back here. It looks even better than the other day. It was so high and it was moving so fast through here. I didn't know exactly what it would look like once it calmed down, but it's yeah, it's really shaped into a nice piece of water here. Definitely one to keep on the list for future reference. Oh, there he is. Oh, that looks like a good fish too. Nice. Nice. That looks like a pretty decent fish. Oh, damn, does that look like a damn good fish. That might be my meter fish right there. If I can get this all sorted out, we can make this happen. That might be my meter fish. That might be him. Oh, he ate it. Hopefully we don't get any nonsense with this bite tippet. Oh yeah, baby. That is definitely, if that's not a meter fish, she's gonna be pretty damn close. Oh, she's thick as hell. As hell. Oh man, that is a big lady. And she absolutely demolished that. Oh my lord. Oh, it's a PB no matter what. No matter what, that is a PB. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy there, honey. She is fatter than all get out. Okay. Let's get that fly out of her. Hey man, sticking it out paid off. Yeah, look at that. She ate that deep. Okay. Oh, she wasn't even hardly hooked though. Okay. Let me just get a tape on her real quick here. Let's see, it's inches. We ain't gonna get meters out of from inches, are we? No, she's not a meter fish. She's not. But she's pretty frickin' close. Let's see here. She is 97. Oh, 97. You believe that? Meter fish will have to come another day. Come here, honey. Oh, Jesus. All right. And man, she's fat. Yeah, she's good. She's good. She's just resting. She's getting her wits about her here. Uh-oh, here comes the thunder. Let's make sure this lady gets home safe. And I better get myself home safe. Oh yeah. She was perfectly fine. Well, yeah, I think it's time for me to skedaddle, as it's about to just completely come down now. Well, that was definitely worth the stopping at the last spot, and I didn't even finish it. I'm coming back again, clearly, before this season's over. But I think for today, I'm out of time, and the rain is, and the thunder is about to push me off. So I guess we'll see you at the outro. So it's not just rain, I'm literally in the middle of a hailstorm, running back to the car. Maybe that's what triggered that fish to go. Didn't touch anything all day, and right before, literally moments before this hit, that mama came up and ate it. Yeah, this is nutty. Just trying to run back to the car and not get completely drenched. Although I think that's already occurred. All right, there you go. You know, that's sometimes it pays off just to get out and go explore. What do I gotta say? Personal best. I mean, it's not every day. You know, I'm a multi-species angler. You know, I'm not a specialist. So, you know, catching a PB on a new species, I mean, that's not that difficult necessarily, right? You know, if it's a species I've never caught or caught very few of, PBs are, you know, yeah, they're cool, but, you know, what scale are we on? But, I mean, pike, I don't even know how many pike I've caught in my life. I don't know, man, thousands, literally thousands. And clearly, I mean, I'm not a big fish guy. There's lots of people that have caught a lot more big pike than I have ever caught, and that's for sure. I've never beat the meter mark, at least registered. You know, I was never that big on measuring fish all that much in the past. But I mean, for sure, I never caught heavy fish like that. Like that fish was 97 centimeters, and I mean, she was. I mean, you couldn't get much fatter than that. I mean.
What was she 10 kilos? Maybe. I mean, it's possible. But if she wasn't 10, she's, you know, in the realm of 10. You know, somewhere 8.5 plus. And she just ate a fly. I landed her, put her back in the water, and then a thunderstorm just comes in. Hail. Look at all this hail here. You know, I'm just running through the woods trying to get back into the car. And here I am. This is just, yeah, this is it, man. This is it in the moment. Pretty cool stuff to just go fish little streams. And this is where you pull out a fish like that, right? It's crazy. Now, whether or not, I mean, this stream is connected to a big river, and it's not very far upstream. So my suspicion is that that's not a resident fish in that stream. I presume that fish has moved its way up from the larger river system, and it's just getting up into the stream to spawn. But either way, man, I mean, it was epic. And she ate it. I mean, that fly was gone, but it was barely hooked. I mean, it was just like, you know, holding on by nothing. You know what I mean? She basically just kept her mouth shut for the most part, or whatever. I don't care what happened. I got her to hand, and yeah, incredible stuff. So yeah, I guess, like I said, it just pays to you know, go on an adventure every once in a while. I mean, I wasn't playing the big fish game. I was just playing, I'd like to move a fish in a new spot so that, you know, I have something to lean on in the future. But like I was saying while I was filming this down on the river, I mean, it just looked too good to not have fishing. And like I said, it looks like there's fishing pressure there. But I don't think anyone's fishing it with a fly. And I don't know if the fly was a difference or the fact that this storm, I think that probably has a lot to do with it, because like literally she ate it, and within 5 minutes, I mean, it's just, you know, all hell broke loose. So whether it was the fly, the weather, whatever, I don't care. It happened. It's done. It's yeah, I mean, still don't have the meter fish, which is actually, I'm actually slightly relieved that it wasn't a meter, because I just, you know, that quest for a meter fish, you know, because like once you get a meter, then it's like, oh, I gotta get a meter 10, a meter 20. It's not the same, you know. A meter is just, you know, it's that perfect round number, and I still get to chase it. So, I mean, it's fantastic. It's great. Everything's great. So, yeah, I guess we'll see you on the next adventure. All right, later.